What steps are the most successful organisations taking to address their transition challenges and making sure that their deployment processes meet their objectives?
So I think there's 5 main things which we're seeing really successful organisations doing. I think the first thing they're doing is pre-planning. So they're really getting into deployment, not just once they've bought their new service, but during the procurement process. They're thinking about resourcing, they're thinking about costs, they're thinking about timetables, they're thinking about the things that might go wrong and steps they can take to address them. Secondly, they're really digging into the dependencies. So again, we often find that organizations that struggle with transition don't start thinking about the dependencies until they're into the project. It's often by then too late, or it's going to cause big delays. Big delays, as we've talked about, failure is not an option. Delays are often not acceptable. We think that there's often a failure to really clearly demarcate responsibilities between the service provider, the customer, who does what, who's responsible for what. Again, often these things come as surprises during the project. And again, if it's a surprise, you probably haven't budgeted for it, you probably haven't got the resources available to deal with it. We then get into resourcing itself. So the biggest single thing we see go wrong with projects is organizations don't resource them effectively. So they haven't got sufficient people, they haven't got the right skills, they've often tried to cut corners from a cost perspective. But of course that then comes to bite them because they haven't got the right people in place, which leads to all the complications, delays, cost overruns, etc., etc. And I think the final thing then within that is therefore to build transition into the business case. It's no good cutting the corners on the costs. The business case looks great, it gets approved, then once you're into transition, it's delayed or the costs overrun and it really undermines that business case. So you've got to build the costs and the time of transition into the business case. That's how you become successful.